Did you know that over 84 million American adults, that's more than 1 in 3, have pre-diabetes, and 90% of them don't even know they have it? And yes, you guessed it right. This silent epidemic is often linked with insulin resistance and belly fat. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, a hidden epidemic is silently spreading. It's called insulin resistance, and it's often associated with that stubborn belly fat that seems impossible to lose. Like an unwelcome guest, it settles in, making itself at home without us even realizing it. Insulin resistance, the condition where our body's cells stop responding properly to insulin, is a widespread issue that many of us unknowingly grapple with. But how is belly fat connected to insulin resistance? How does this unseen enemy affect our health? These questions are crucial in understanding this silent epidemic. So, if you're curious about how insulin resistance and belly fat are connected, stay tuned as we delve deeper into this topic. Insulin, a hormone we often associate with diabetes, has a crucial role in our bodies that extends beyond blood sugar regulation. But what is this role, and why is it so important? Well, let's think of our bodies as a bustling city, and the blood sugar or glucose as the energy that keeps the city running. Now, insulin can be considered the city's transportation system. Its main function is to move glucose from the bloodstream into the cells, where it can be used for energy. Without insulin, our cells would starve and our blood sugar levels would rise dangerously high. But what happens when this transportation system starts to falter? This is where we encounter a problem called insulin resistance. Imagine if the city's buses and trains suddenly started rejecting passengers, leaving them stranded at the stations. Similarly, with insulin resistance, the cells start rejecting insulin and the glucose it carries. The glucose remains in the blood, causing high blood sugar levels, while the cells starve for energy. This resistance is often a result of a diet high in sugars and fats, lack of exercise, and other lifestyle factors. Now, the body responds to this resistance by producing more insulin, trying to push more glucose into the cells. But over time, this overproduction can lead to an imbalance of insulin in the body. Just like a city can only handle so many buses and trains, our bodies can only handle so much insulin. When the amount of insulin overwhelms the body, the cells become even more resistant. It's a vicious cycle that can lead to type 2 diabetes and other health issues like belly fat accumulation. So, insulin resistance is not just about high blood sugar. It's about an imbalance in our body's insulin production and its ability to use insulin effectively. It's about our cells rejecting the energy they need to function, and our bodies responding by pushing even harder, creating a cycle that's hard to break. When insulin is out of balance, it's like a key that no longer fits the lock, leading to a condition called insulin resistance. And this imbalance can have far-reaching effects on our health, from weight gain to heart disease. But the good news is there are ways to restore balance. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our journey. Now, you might be wondering, what does insulin resistance have to do with belly fat? Well, the answer might surprise you. To grasp the connection, let's first revisit our understanding of insulin. This hormone, produced by the pancreas, plays a pivotal role in our body's metabolism by helping cells absorb glucose from the bloodstream. In a healthy scenario, your body maintains a delicate balance, using insulin to regulate glucose levels. However, when insulin resistance kicks in, your cells become less responsive to insulin, causing your body to produce more of it in an attempt to restore balance. This overproduction of insulin, also known as hyperinsulinemia, unfortunately doesn't resolve the original issue. Instead, it triggers a chain reaction. Here's where belly fat comes into the picture. Insulin, in its overzealous efforts to restore glucose balance, starts storing excess glucose as fat, particularly in the abdominal area. This fat, known as visceral fat, wraps around your organs and is much more dangerous than the fat under your skin. The science behind this is quite straightforward. Insulin is designed to store excess energy for future use. In an insulin-resistant state, the pancreas produces more insulin than necessary, leading to the conversion of more glucose into fat. This fat is then stored in the belly area, leading to an increase in belly fat. The interplay between insulin resistance and belly fat is a vicious cycle. The more belly fat you have, the more resistant your cells become to insulin, leading to more insulin production, which then leads to more belly fat. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that can be hard to break. But why the belly? Well, it's all down to how our bodies are wired. The belly is a convenient and efficient storage site for fat. It's close to the liver, which plays a key role in fat metabolism, and it's also well insulated, which helps preserve the energy stored in the fat. So in essence, insulin resistance can turn your body into a belly fat storage machine. Understanding this connection is crucial to breaking the cycle and reclaiming control over your health. If you're keen to learn more about how to quickly lower your blood sugar levels, our next video will provide some invaluable insights. Insulin resistance isn't just about belly fat. It can have a wide range of effects on your body, many of which go unnoticed until it's too late. Insulin resistance is a silent disruptor, often creeping in without any obvious signs. But if we look closely, there are telltale symptoms that can help us recognize it. For instance, in males, insulin resistance can often manifest as an increase in belly fat. It's not just about overeating or lack of exercise. When your body stops responding properly to insulin, it starts storing more fat around the waist. Now let's talk about the ladies. In women, insulin resistance might show up as weight gain that's hard to shed off despite sincere dieting and exercise efforts. It can also lead to conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, a hormonal disorder that can cause irregular periods and infertility. But it doesn't stop there. Insulin resistance is like the domino that tips over and sets off a chain reaction. It's closely linked to type 2 diabetes, a condition where your body either resists the effects of insulin or doesn't produce enough insulin to maintain normal glucose levels. This can lead to a host of complications, from heart disease to kidney damage. Moreover, it's not just about the physical impact. Insulin resistance can also affect your mental well-being. Studies have shown a connection between insulin resistance and cognitive decline. This means it could potentially increase the risk of conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. So we can see that insulin resistance is not a standalone issue. It's a part of a bigger picture, a complex web of health issues, intertwined and feeding off each other. And the most startling fact is that many of us might be insulin resistant without even knowing it. That's why it's so important to keep an eye out for these symptoms and take action before it's too late. It's clear that insulin resistance is more than just a cause of belly fat. It's a ticking health time bomb. But don't worry, there's hope. In the next scene, we'll talk about diet and lifestyle changes that can help combat insulin resistance. So stay tuned. But there's good news. You can fight insulin resistance and its belly fat sidekick with some simple diet and lifestyle changes. Let's start with diet. You've probably heard of the ketogenic or keto diet. It's a low-carb, high-fat diet that's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and help people lose weight. The key is to limit your intake of processed foods and sugars, and instead fill your plate with whole foods like lean meats, fish, eggs, nuts, and plenty of green vegetables. These foods are not only low in carbs, but they're also packed with nutrients that can help keep your blood sugar levels stable and your body functioning at its best. And it's not just about what you eat, but also when you eat. Intermittent fasting, which involves cycling between periods of eating and fasting, can also help improve insulin resistance. This can be as simple as skipping breakfast and eating your meals in an 8-hour window, or fasting for a whole day once or twice a week. Now let's talk about exercise. Regular physical activity is another powerful tool in the fight against insulin resistance. When you exercise, your muscles use up glucose for energy, which helps lower your blood sugar levels. And you don't need to run a marathon or lift heavy weights to see benefits. Even moderate activity like a brisk walk or a bike ride can make a big difference. And finally, don't forget about the importance of quality sleep and stress management. Lack of sleep and chronic stress can both contribute to insulin resistance and weight gain. So make sure you're getting enough rest and finding healthy ways to cope with stress, like yoga, meditation, or even just a relaxing bath at the end of the day. By making these diet and lifestyle changes, you can not only improve your insulin sensitivity, but also lose belly fat and boost your overall health. You'll feel better, look better, and most importantly, reduce your risk of serious health problems down the line. And remember, it's never too late to make a positive change for your health. Now that we've busted the truth about insulin resistance causing belly fat, it's time to take the next step in your health journey. We have unveiled the connection, and now it's about taking action. We know that high blood sugar levels can be a significant contributor to insulin resistance and weight gain, particularly around the midsection. So how do we tackle this issue? The answer lies in managing and lowering your blood sugar levels, an essential aspect of maintaining overall health and preventing insulin resistance. This includes adopting a balanced diet, regular physical activity, and other lifestyle changes. It's not about drastic measures, but consistent, sustainable habits. But how exactly do you do that? What food should you eat? How much exercise is enough? We'll answer these questions and more in our next video, where we'll delve into practical strategies to keep your glucose levels in check. If you're interested in learning how to manage your blood sugar levels effectively, don't miss our next video. We'll be diving into strategies to keep your glucose in check and further improve your health.